video on. At least.
It randomly takes the video off when I mute it.
Oh no. Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly Avengers Endgame spoiler cast. We're going to discuss all...
Hooray!
The one person who's seen it.
That's right.
Two.
Now this is our weekly live stream Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. I'm joined, as always, by my good friends Chris, playing the noir why can I not say that word now? Noir detective, human, inquisitive, rogue wizard Mannix.
Hello, that's a mouthful.
Hello. Heather playing the wickedly silent but deadly half-drow assassin rogue Coalesce.
Hello.
Rochelle playing the popular and charismatic Triton Bard of Whispers Gillian.
What an intro.
Perfect.
He's so excited about
That's right.
in-game chat.
Yep. Raymond playing the heedlessly brave Turtle Battle Master Fighter Rogue George is somewhere. And Reese playing the undead-hating, animal-loving Hill Dwarf Druid of the Moon Theron.
It's actually pronounced nuclear.
Stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. Catch up on previous episodes on my YouTube page, as well as read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com. Watch my behind-the-scenes, no players allowed live series, Crafting Annihilation, on Thursday mornings. If you would like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/roguewatson. Shout out to Platinum patrons Andrew, Brian, Richard, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, and Charles. And gold patrons RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy and Yuma, Marcos, David, Vicente, Gilberto, Sean, aka Cert2B, Adam, Dead Lizard Lounge, Alkshi, and Sam. Thank you all for your support. That is 6 new patrons for the month of April, including 3 Platinum patrons. Holy crap.
Wow.
That is amazing.
All right.
That is really
I feel
amazing.
honored.
Yeah.
For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. For Discord, I try to use Discord for video chats. It has been getting worse and worse, I feel like. Also, for some reason, it screwed up some of our webcams that I have to fix here in a second. George in the right place. Let's see.
Can anyone see Raymond?
Yeah.
Right here.
Should be over here.
He's a spinning circle for me.
Gillian.
Oh.
You're in the right spot. You should be here.
Let's see what I can do.
I don't know why it screwed this up.
It's because Reese dropped for like a half second
There he is.
and rejoined, so it moved the windows around a little bit.
Okay, I think everybody's fixed now. Celeste, Gillian, George, and Theron. Stupid.
Everyone
just tried
moves
to use the
6
mute button.
inches.
I'm sorry.
Right.
My only other option is to turn on hardware acceleration on Discord, but then I can't capture the windows. So
Oh,
the only
right.
solution there is I could capture the entire monitor, which creates a lot of problems for me because then I can't turn off of that monitor. So because I'm constantly switching between that and all my notes and shit. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Previously on Tomb of Annihilation, Mannix had to explain Zendala that their exotic allies, namely Vorn the Shield Guardian and Azaka the Were-Tiger, were in fact allies and not enemies. Zendala wasn't exactly contrite, instead demanding answers about her father. The Oracle cryptically explained that Artis Kimber had indeed visited her as he was searching Chult for his missing wife. The Oracle pointed him south towards Omu, though he had warned the party away from traveling there on foot due to the legions of dead infesting the area. Zendala had no interest of traveling on foot, however. She gave Mannix a few dozen gold pieces as an installment, told him to keep in touch, and transformed into a pterodactyl to take to the skies. Armed with their extra jungle guide Salida, Gillian's magical hut, and their own growing knowledge of the jungle, the party was able to avoid most dangerous encounters during their week-long journey back across the jungle and swamps towards the mysterious floating rock known as the Heart of Ubtao. One thing did catch their attention, however, a strange trail of rainbow glass. Following it soon led to shrieking cries and undead growls as they came across a small horde of undead attacking a pair of flail snails. One of the snails was already in its death throes, but George moved to quickly save the second in the hopes of harvesting its shell for his personal quest. The undead proved little match for the well-rested party, though they ran into a brief moral quandary when a pair of Allosauruses showed up to see what all the commotion was about. Do they defend the snail or take it down? Theron charmed one dinosaur while the other went down with a series of blade strikes from the others. George was focused on his goal, killing the snail and taking the valuable shell for his own, while Theron was able to gain a new wild shape from the charmed dinosaur. After several more days of travel, the party made it to the eastern edge of the Aldani Basin, finding the large rock floating over 100 feet off the ground. They briefly debated on how to reach it when an elven woman appeared from the cave entrance and looked down at them.
All right.
So you guys did actually make it here. And as a reminder, this is what it looks like, floating well over 100 feet above the ground.
And we're directly below it.
You're directly below it currently.
Remember you said like it's dripping stuff? Is that what? Remember you saying something about?
It's like dripping red liquid,
Yeah.
like down from the roots.
Okay.
I always
It is-
fantasized about bats coming out of my aorta.
That's where bats should come from.
Aorta bats.
So this woman is waving to us.
Yeah, you spot what
as
appears.
we're like looking at our bloom packs.
Yeah, you spot from here. You can see that just a humanoid woman emerged from the cave mouth, wearing robes. She calls down to you all, shouting, obviously. Do any of you speak Elvish?
I want to say yes, but let me check. Well, if we don't,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Why do I speak halfling?
I don't know.
Are you looking at the right character sheet? I'm the wrong campaign.
Language proficiency halfling. I don't know. You're the one that made the character. Languages have just now come up. All right. Who all speaks Elvish? Kales
I do.
And Theron. All right. You two. So the rest of you, it just sounds like some lyrical language.
See?
But Theron and Kales, you hear her in very clear Elvish say, "Hail, travelers! Who might you be?"
Wait, maybe I don't.
It's not showing Elvish.
I
He's
guess
just
languages
silence.
haven't come up yet.
He's proficient in silence.
I am proficient in silence. Let's
Sign
make it that.
language. All right. Well, Kales, you hear her say, "Hail, travelers! Who might you be?"
And then in Elvish, I guess I'll respond since nobody else will understand what it means. I could say whatever the hell I want, which is very
Oh wait,
tempting.
there it is.
There you go.
Ah, damn it.
It
You
takes
don't
him a
know
minute
that
to
Theron knows.
recall.
Yeah.
What language is this?
He's
I can
hearing the
understand you.
words and it's starting to come back to him.
God, I don't know what to say. Just yell back up, simple travelers looking for different things amongst the jungle.
What's that thing floating in the sky?
That too.
Yeah. She calls back down, still in Elvish, and says, "My name is Valindra Shadowmantle. I'm a scholarly wizard working on some research here. We found this magical earth moat in the middle of the jungle during one of our treks. Figure if I have to be here, may as well be well away from any of the jungle's dangers."
Fair point. My name's Theron. What kind of earth modes you working on? Sounds interesting, possibly.
The,
Possibly not.
An earth moat refers to a magical floating rock. So she
Oh.
is just has. That's what she calls that.
What's that dripping out the bottom?
One of the. I guess you're still in Elvish, so I guess the guides don't. One of the guides whispers to you and says, "There shouldn't be anybody living here. This is a sacred site. Don't know who this is. It's Azaka talking. The woman calls
we're
down.
here.
Yeah. She said, it's just rainwater. It drips down from the roots and the iron deposits up here. Makes it look red. Quite the spectacle.
Yep, sure is. We have some concern. There shouldn't be any living things up there.
She kind of, you can't really see her reaction to that, but she calls down and says, "Well, I'm here now."
How
Yeah,
did you get
got
up
me there.
there?
Magic, my dear.
Care to help?
As they're talking to her, I'd like to flick my little lenses to the ruby side.
Okay.
And look at the emotional waves coming off of this humanoid.
Okay. You, from what you can tell, and it's difficult from this range you're at and with your one eye, but
Fuck you when you put one eye.
you think you can at least tell that like curiosity and interest is coming off in like whatever color spectrum that manifests as.
Alright.
I'll turn to Mannix and tell them that they seem to be researchers or something non-threatening.
She
She
calls
seems to
down.
be interested in us.
Yeah. She says, "I could let you up, but I need to know more about who you are and what you're doing here."
George doesn't understand any of this, but he asks the group, "Do any of y'all have a beam that can shoot 100 feet?"
A beam?
Yeah, like Gillian's lightning beam. How far is her range? Can you shoot the thing from down here?
My lightning beam?
Yeah. The shockwave.
Are you saying shoot the island?
Well, we gotta bring it down somehow.
You want to destroy the
Engage anti-air cannons.
Destroy it all.
How are we gonna get up there? I don't see an elevator.
Well, perhaps I know a way.
I guess.
Celeste will yell out to the woman that we would love to see her research if she could assist us with getting higher.
As you
You'll give us what you have and help us. Classic.
We have she'll follow that up with we have an intrepid researcher amongst our group as well, who unfortunately does not speak Elvish but is very interested in what you've been studying.
She calls down, "I'll give you one more chance to tell me what it is exactly you're doing in this jungle." When she says that, Vorn suddenly gives off a loud, blaring alarm as the jungle to your south begins to rustle. And as you all turn, you see this kind of cloudy smoke emerge in front of you and materialize as the trees just kind of bend over as if just this weird distortion effect is happening. And this metallic beast materializes into the clearing right in front of you. Its body covered in gleaming black metal plates. Bladed saws extend out of its spine from its head down to its tail. Its eyeless head consists of only a large jaw with jagged metal teeth like shrapnel, and it lets out a terrifying scream. As I'm gonna need some saving throws.
Dear.
Well, you just signed our death warrants. Thank you very much.
Is this our Terminator? Do we recognize this thing?
You don't recognize it, but
Oh. We didn't mean actually gonna get...
the sound that it makes, you do recognize from your nightmares. You've never seen this
Okay.
thing before.
Wow, you got here a lot quicker than I thought he was going to get here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the Terminator will do that.
Oh, we need a roll?
Hang on one second. I'm going to give you all a handout
Hmm.
so you can see.
Oh, there he is. Oh, it's more reptilian than I was imagining. Beast-like, I guess. Oh, look at that. Okay. It's all metal?
Yes.
Do we see any squidgy parts at all?
Is there any organic tissue? All right.
I need everyone to
Yeah,
give
but-
me a con saving throw.
Ooh, good thing I updated my con last time.
How about a dex saving throw instead?
Wow.
Oh, I can see my health number.
I can see my own health above my bar too.
I can see
Mhm.
George's for some reason, too.
That's
Oh,
probably
you
because you've
probably saw
got
it back
access to his. I need to turn that off.
Oh, right, 'cause when he was out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's new. I didn't know that they
You
had
feel
it.
Yeah, they
dirty,
updated that.
Raymond.
I feel violated.
I see your health numbers, George. Max
Wait.
stares at you.
Why is it only my health then?
Because whenever
He had
you weren't
access to
here,
you
we
when you were
gave him
gone.
control of your sheet.
Yeah, but that's new. I can see my own numbers too.
Mm-hmm.
That's new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's new for
Yeah,
all
that
of us.
part's new. All right, I turned
Oh,
off.
gotcha.
Mechanics.
Okay.
Holy crap, these con saves.
Con save. Yeah, well, wait till I. Yeah.
Went.
It's like a planet system he's shooting out.
Get this is Azaka. Azaka makes it.
Stunning roar. DC 19. What the fuck?
Hell yeah.
So which eye does Mannix lose now?
Oh no. Yeah, 5d10
This is
damage.
Salida fails.
Oh, goodness.
All right,
Drops
so
everything it's holding.
Thankfully, I'm not holding anything. I don't think.
5d10 damage. So
Jesus.
29.
Hey, fuck you! Maddox drops dead in front of you all.
You hear this loud, piercing scream that literally just rattles your bones. Mannix and Gillian, you both take
no.
29 points of damage and fall stunned, or in Mannix's case, just blood starts coming out of his mouth as he crumples to the floor. Kalesh, George, and
this is-
Theron, you all take 14 points of damage.
He is gonna lose another eye.
I might. I very well might. Jesus Christ. This is a start to the session.
Let's revive him and find out what he loses.
That's what George wants to know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is it just from a roar?
that is just from the roar. Now we can roll for initiative.
Yay!
And you hear Valindra begin to shout, but you cannot hear because of this roar that comes in.
Should I even roll? I guess I need to do death saving
Yes,
throws.
sir.
don't I?
You're still got to roll.
All right.
You are in that XCOM bleeding out state.
Immediately bleeding out state. Oh,
But will you be more or less useful for this battle?
that's a good question. We'll see.
Haha! Sorry, Chris.
you have my sympathies.
Surprise fairy fire.
Fire.
Let's go ahead and pop this out.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
What?
delicious. D-E-licious.
Sings to a murder saw right now. What do you watch?
You're already murdered.
I am already murdered, but it's gonna murder the rest of you.
This thing is gonna murder you all.
That's right.
It'll take a while for it to murder Theron.
Yeah.
Unless it has multi-attack.
All right. That was its surprise round. First thing is I'm gonna see if it gets its roar back. I can roll a 1d6. All right. It opens its jaws, and another piercing roar comes screaming out of it.
Fantastic.
I need
How
everyone.
many others are gonna drop dead?
Yep, I need everyone to give me another con saving throw, please. But Gillian, I believe you have disadvantage on this, don't you? Don't you still have an internal injury, or did we heal that?
She says yes.
Oh, look, we all failed it this time.
Yeah.
Maybe try session.
TPK in 15 minutes, you guys. So,
Valindra is shouting something. 20. Okay. 22
You're all
damage.
dead.
22 damage, and you're all stunned.
Well, this looks bad.
And y'all are making fun of George for wanting to shoot the thing down.
Yep. I should have pulled my balloon back immediately and just floated away.
Island?
Oh, Zoc actually made the save again. Jesus.
Who cares?
He's gonna pull all our bodies to safety.
One interesting thing, which you all probably don't pay attention to because you're currently in the midst of dying terribly, is that Vorn doesn't quite seem affected by this. As you all have,
is interesting.
As you all have your heads just ringing and piercing sound, and just those of you that are still conscious, just clutching your head and just in a state of stunned, he appears to be okay. He's still obviously in a state of distress because of the danger level, but the piercing cry does not seem to be affecting him.
It's like all stumbling around, bleeding out of our ears. They all just happen to turn and look at Born at the same time and just point. Oh,
Look at that.
interesting.
Interesting.
so does that mean Aaron's supposed to go on my turn?
Correct.
Cool.
Alright, here is the situation. So that was the Steel Predator's turn, was to do its stunning roar again. Now, those of you that are, well, I guess Gillian's down, so you need to give me a death saving throw.
So close to being revived.
Succeed. Yeah, 20 is auto revive.
Oh, great.
Mannix, I need a death saving throw.
You sure do. That's not as good.
It's bad news. Theron, you are currently stunned, but you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn to try to end the effect on yourself.
Okay.
Does that count as the action?
So I rolled a 2 last time.
Oh no!
This time I rolled even worse.
It's the end of your turn, so yeah, you lose that turn. You're just trying to recover from next turn. But Theron, you are still stunned.
Is there anything else you can do on your turn other than being stunned?
You are stunned. I don't. What is the condition? I don't think.
I think stunned is nothing. I think
stunned is nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. Well, you can kind of speak a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Well, what does incapacitated mean? That probably means you can't move.
Maybe use your faltering voice to call for help.
Faltering
from the
voice.
lady.
You can't take actions or reactions. You automatically fail strength and dex saving throws, and attack creatures. Attack rolls against you have advantage. You can't move. So the only thing you can do is speak falteringly. Which is, yeah, how I picture that is you like literally clutching your head and just like gritting your teeth and, you know, whatever you can say through that.
I'm gonna grit my teeth, clutch my head, and say, "This is interesting."
The last words.
Kaless, same thing. You have to try to recover from the stun, but you, Vorn will act on your turn.
Okay. So as I'm clutching my head and speaking only just slightly, I'm just gonna say 2 words: Vorn smash. And then he's gonna go stomping for the bad doggy.
Yeah. He goes up there. He's like, oh no, oh no! And he rushes up there. And he will attempt to slam his meaty fist.
Does he have any more movement?
Beyond this, he's normal
Yeah.
movement to you guys is what he has.
He can't go like over here.
No. 18 does not pierce this thing's armor. He attempts to slam down, and what you see is just this kind of epic battle between Vorn like trying to punch at this thing, and this beast just kind of wriggling out of its way. But Vorn does appear to be at least occupying its attention at the moment.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you
I
rolled
also-
a 22. Yep. So you're.
Yep.
You
Stand
get
up straight.
You get unstunned, but that was your.
Yeah. I'm also hoping that with Vorn having not been affected, he's now kind of standing in front of most of us. So if the thing screams again, Vorn provides like that cone of protection.
So.
Because I know how physics works.
Mm,
That's how sound works.
Uh-oh. Oops. What'd I do? I did a thing.
Closed it.
I did.
What happens
Okay,
next is a glowing circle suddenly appears on the ground nearby you all, with kind of a shimmering window hovering above it, and you see through the window, you can see the petrified tree that you can that has like a vast expanse over, and it takes you a few seconds to realize you are seeing the top of the floating rock. And you hear Valindra scream from above, "Quickly! I've opened a gateway!" She shouts down. George, it is your turn, and I need you to give me a repeat saving throw. Nice! You also get unstunned on your turn.
Tell
Can I
her,
move?
tell her we can manage. Don't worry about it.
No,
We're gonna be fine.
that was your whole turn.
This is going great.
Yep. So on its turn, this beast will launch into Vorn. It
You weren't
will
about to kill my death robot, are you?
swipe with a claw.
Yes, plus 12.
And that digs into Vorn's armor plating and knocks off several pieces. Another claw.
Oh my god. Alright.
Yep, 17 does it, Vorn. Sorry, Vorn. 18 damage.
Jesus.
And you see more, again, this kind of epic fight between these two giants. And Vorn is just taking, like, pieces are chunking off and just trying to, like, get its attention and keep it occupied. And you can tell it's trying to, like, get around to all of you and finish you off. But Vorn is kind of keeping its bay, and it lunges at him with his mouth. And, like, pieces of Vorn are being ripped away in front of you.
You do realize you're sleeping on the couch if you kill my death robot, right?
Gillian, another
will
death
sleep with the
saving throw,
cricket.
please. Alright, you're doing alright.
Well, I could have rolled that for any of my con saving throws.
But yeah, I know.
Mannix.
Okay. Alright.
We'll say Mannix because he was on the ground, was not quite affected by the second roar. He was already prone. Yeah, the one
Also, you can't hear if you. Well, I don't know.
yeah, there you go. You were unconscious, so you couldn't have the roaring. That's a good one. Theron, you are unstunned, I think, right? I think all three of you actually made the second save. Or no, you didn't. You rolled the one, yeah.
Did not.
Alright, I need a repeat. Yeah, George and Celeste did. Alright, so I need a repeat saving throw. $16, not quite good enough. You are the champion of con saving throws, and now they're coming up short.
Yeah.
It's a
If
fucking
only I could-
19.
Not good.
if only I could roll higher than a 10. That'd be great.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to freaking roll for initiative for Azaka. My bad. She was available too.
Oh, look at that. She gets to go.
That's actually really good timing. Actually, I bet Kaless has better deck, so we're gonna let Kaless go next.
So I bet I do.
Yeah. All right, Kaless. So as I said, there is a giant creature that has not been injured at all, doing some serious damage to Vorn. Vorn is trying to keep it at bay, and when he sees you pop up, he says, "Oh, good. Oh, please get to safety." And he's like, as he's talking, you can hear his voice like just kind of do that weird like glitching, like like when he's getting hit.
Yeah, you're sleeping on the couch tonight. All right. So for our two wonderful guides here, I will yell at them to grab Gillian and Mannix and go to the circle. And then you're gonna have
dying.
to. Yeah, well, get you away from everything that we can.
No, exactly.
Because George is fine. So yeah, I'll just scream, "Get everyone into the circle!" And I guess I will run for Theron to help drag him backwards.
Okay.
Because George can move, so George can come over and help with Theron, because I'm sure Theron's a stout little dwarf. So you'll have to help me.
I'm fat.
My Roll20 is all messed up right now, so I have to close Discord to be able to get back in. But if you'll just move me over to kind of start pulling Theron towards the circle.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to start tugging on his collar backwards.
Okay, so this is you used basically your movement to get to him, and then the rest of your movement to, I'll use your action to basically do like you want to drag him or do like a fire person carry, or how do you want to like?
If I could, I would chuck him towards it, but I'm not that strong.
Yeah, that would probably be an athletics check to pick up. He's a dwarf, but
yeah, it's gonna be like I've literally grabbed him by the back of his collar and I'm just pulling him backwards.
Yeah.
I just see like his feet leaving trenches in the ground.
Currently, you and him are right in front of the portal now.
Okay. Oh, good. My Roll20 finally caught up.
All right.
And then I'll
yeah.
tap George and be like, "Help them."
Yeah, Azaka will run down.
Oh, and then Vorn's gonna try to smash the thing again.
I need to try and see if Salita woke up also.
Hey, don't forget to try to make Vorn smash.
Oh yeah,
the thing
Vorn
again.
gets to smash. Yep. Oh, Salita is not. She's still stunned also. Vorn smashy.
You never know. He could crit.
Well, he's gonna use, instead of attacking, he's gonna use his action to try to grapple the beast as it tries to like. Now it sees you dragging like the dwarf away, and it now tries to like lunge after you. So Vorn attempts to grab onto it. Oh! I'm not even gonna let the other thing roll because Vorn suddenly just finds the strength. He sees you, Kaless, just like yelling at him to hold the line and dragging Theron to safety and everyone else, and so he just musters all of it. And you can see his just body is just starting to fail, and his whole thing is just glitching out, and he's just grabbing onto this beast as it's tearing him apart. Azaka is gonna run down and bodily grab Mannix and Gillian and drag them over to the portal as well. Now that she is unstunned, she will attempt to hurl, let's say, Mannix through the portal. Alright, Mannix is pretty wiry.
My unconscious body goes...
Yep. You get thrown into the portal, and... Oops, I can't send it to the back.
She throws you too hard, and you fall off the top of
your
the Heart of
body
Ubtao.
falls up, and you immediately feel like the wind is like whistling past you, and like you get like a queasy feeling as you, well, you're unconscious, so I guess you're having a bad feeling.
I don't actually feel anything.
You actually don't feel anything. Yeah, you're just bleeding out.
I'm a sack of potatoes.
Yep. And you can see that the mage up there appears to be just holding this gate in place on her turn. George, it is your turn.
Chet says, "Hold the horn."
Hold the door.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yep. Hold the horn.
We use second wind to heal a little bit. And I would like to roll for bravery. How brave versus fearful I am of this thing. Do I run or do I fight?
What would George do? You, as I described, you saw this thing take out half your team, and it is apparently ripping George in half currently.
No, it's not. Vorn.
Vorn, sorry. Ripping Vorn in half. Don't want to get ahead of myself or anything.
That's next turn.
Yeah, it's a little slip of the tongue there.
Okay, here we go. Here's a good one. How about wisdom? I don't know. I mean, not with survival. What would George do? Ideals. Glory. I must earn glory in battle for myself and my clan.
Oh my god.
There's no glory in death, George. Clan gets no glory from you dying from this thing.
We'll kill this thing later. We gotta live right now.
How attached am I to Vorn? And I'm not controlling him, but
You're not. Vorn looks like a turtle. Keep in mind, he was designed by it was designed by the original turtling
the
adventure
ancient
party.
portals, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He looks.
As the DM attempts to get you killed.
Vorn looks back at you, George, and says, "Please, I don't want to lose anymore. Please, you must get away."
Fine. Who's this one with the black hair?
The other guide you picked up in Orlunga.
Is she stunned or something?
She's currently stunned, yeah. She took a big damage blow from the first two roars, obviously. She does not look very good.
Semantics is thrown in. Azaka has Gillian. Okay, can I pick her up? Whoops.
Yep.
What do I roll?
You can pick her up as a free action. I've just been rolling to try to chuck them into the
I am pretty strong.
portal.
Alright, I go pick her up and then chuck her in the portal too.
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
Strength
This
check.
is sexual harassment.
She speaks falteringly. I don't like to be touched.
Strength saving throw? What'd you say?
Strength check.
Just imagining it turns out the wizard's an asshole. The portal is just above just empty ground, so we just fall like 100 feet to the ground, right back down to where we're.
Smash. Yep.
You said we could see the top of the tree though, so I think we're safe.
Yeah.
How many more people can I throw in there?
One. I think that's gonna be your action.
Alright, and he's gonna jump through too.
Okay. You appear on the top of the tree as well. You've got an unconscious, bleeding out Mannix next to you, and then the stunned Salida. You are on the top of this giant floating rock with a petrified tree next to you, and what look like natural stairs leading down in like a spiral pattern.
Can I do anything else to Mannix, or did I use my action?
Oh yeah, I am bleeding out. Yes.
I would let you try to revive Mannix. Yeah. That
The medicine check?
I believe it's a medicine check. Yeah, 10, DC 10, I think.
Sorry, Mannix.
George doesn't quite know his way out of Mannix.
more blood gushes out of Mannix. Oops.
All right, back at the top. The predator continues to thrash angrily. It is restrained by Vorn, and it continues to turn its attention to Vorn at the moment. That actually misses. I rolled a 2.
Yay!
2 + 12.
That'll hit.
That one's button.
And it lunges through with a bite. 17 does hit. You rolled a 5 and hit Vorn. Kales, you see one of Vorn's arms get ripped off
Oh no.
as the beast comes through and just rips it. Vorn gives off kind of a careening sound. Gillian, you're still in death saving throw city.
Population 2.
I'm glad we were both there for that.
Yay, you're stabilized.
Yay.
Nice. It says stabilize. That's kind of fancy.
It does. Oh
Yeah.
god, is it gonna say dead if I roll a 1?
Oh no. Vanix, you're up.
Dead. Just don't roll a 1. That's all
Yeah.
I gotta do.
Yeah, because that's 2 death failures if you roll a 1. Oh.
You guys better fucking go. Literally, I got a turn left, guys.
Dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight over here.
Yeah, but you have a 50-50 chance to start making it.
I do have a 50 chance on that next turn
George's like, you're
to
fine.
die permanently.
Theron, are you still stunned?
I am. Thank you
Alright.
for reminding me.
Give me another Constitution saving throw, you con man, you.
So
Man,
close.
he can't roll up a 10 except for that first time.
Man, X is a loss I'm willing to take.
I've consigned myself to it.
Alright, Kaless. I need to move the 3 of you.
With my movement, I'd like to pull us through. So that's what I want to use my movement turn for, is just dragging us in.
Okay.
And then, I'm assuming there's like an off button on the Vorn remote.
Off button. You
Like to deactivate him or something?
Yeah.
You could de-attune to it. You feel like that
Is there a
would
way
deactivate him?
for just to put a bullet in the back of his head before she wants that button?
The Last of the Mohicans arrow? Just
Oh,
a mercy
man.
kill?
Just over and over and over again.
You feel like you could do something that would like de-attune him, which should shut him off, similar to how you found him.
Okay. Does that count as my action though?
I would let you do that as a free action.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
And then, since I'm dragging Theron into the portal for us to go through, I want to use my action to pat down Mannix and find one of his healing potions he has on him and shove it down his throat.
Okay.
I do believe I have one. I have a greater healing potion.
Yeah. Just like do the whole like cat thing, and I'm making it like. You think you would think I would do it like gently, like you would a cat,
You're
but
just
no.
angry.
I am
Just
very
smashes the whole
angry
glass
at this
canister in
point.
your face.
Yeah.
Hope that a few drops get into your body.
That's
I had to
really-
kill Vorn for this.
Not worth it.
As I
Alright.
see him come to, I kick him out of the tree.
Alright, do you want to roll the 44 plus 4 since you're doing it?
Or
So violently.
roll 44 plus 4.
That was a
ow.
bad
Good
roll.
boy. That's half my health.
That's half his health. Mannix, you feel great.
Maddox like sits up like the Pulp Fiction guy, just.
Yeah. The last thing you see, Kaless, as you go through the portal, you like tear off, or I don't know where the Vorn amulet was on you, but and you see Vorn turn, and he sees you like getting away, and everybody seems to be getting through the portal as the beast is like just ripping him to shreds, and he turns and nods and says, "It's okay, you're safe." And just goes and just shuts off. And you can see the beast just, as soon as it stops controlling it, the beast lunges for the portal, and you see it. And Azaka on her turn grabs Gillian, and they both step through the portal. On its turn, the beast appears to be running through the portal straight at you all because you're looking back at the portal, and then in the most dramatic fashion, the portal shuts off, and you just see nothing from your point of view on the top.
We should have timed that. We should have had the lady like do the Doctor Strange move and cut him in half.
Yeah.
Could have ended this real quick.
You assume the top half doesn't still have action, though.
That's true. For all we know, the top half would just keep going and kill us all. Well, shit. That was rough.
How much hit points does Gillian have?
She's
She's
0, but she's
just
stable.
stabilized.
She's just unconscious.
Yep.
I'll pat down Manic since he's still only mostly, and take one of his potions and give it to her too.
Hold on.
you
He's
have
worried
anymore?
about losing his potions.
We're safe now. We're safe now.
I'll just put my poison dagger up to his throat and just say, "Don't move."
Oh my god. I'm sure we got some better way of healing her than wasting a potion.
Wasting a potion.
Wasting a
Hunter.
Use
potion. I gotta say, you are such a video game guy too. He's like, we're all dying, but I have to save my health potions just in case we need them. Even though this is the one moment you would probably need to use health potions.
Nobody uses health potions after a fight. It's a waste of resources.
Can I do a sleight of hand check to take it out of his pocket?
Manic says this while coughing up blood.
That's right.
I mean, if you wanted to grab his, he was unconscious at one time, so.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be able to stop you, but we got guys who can do spells that can heal.
Yeah, she's one of them.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you find yourself floating now. I don't know if you can see from the point of view. Up on the top of the floating rock. You can see a massive vista of jungle beneath you. The petrified tree next to you. The glowing portal, which is now in the midst of shutting off. And then stairs leading down precariously close to the edge, but appear to be leading down into a cave built into the side. And I do need... Let's see, what is our lingering injuries?
Right.
I know Mannix likes them. I need Gillian and Mannix to give me a con saving throw.
Oh, man. Damn it.
Oh, Mannix.
What happens if I lose both my eyes?
The world of the blind. It's the one-eyed man in this game.
Good thing you went wizard route.
That's right.
All right. Whoever wants to do it first, I need both of you to give me a D20 to determine your lasting injury.
Just real fast, how many of your spells actually need sight, just to lay
That's
it
a
all out on the line?
Good question. Well,
Raise
detect
the stakes.
detect magic means look at things, so that's one.
No, not necessarily. You might.
Specialize
Isn't
in
it just
looking.
sensing
Yeah,
or?
maybe just taste the magic.
You're right. It says sense. If you sense the presence of magic.
So I have inspiration to re-roll, but does that mean I have to re-roll twice for my disadvantage, or do I just re-roll one more time?
You would just get one more regular roll.
Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Great.
Great.
All right, 1d20.
1d20, yes. You two went down together last time you went down too, I believe.
Aww.
We're unconscious buddies.
Despite that bond, he still wouldn't waste a potion on you.
Save those potions until we really need them.
I rolled a 10.
Hey, we're concussion buddies.
Yep, you have a concussion.
God, we're fucked up.
A concussion,
All right.
disadvantage on intelligence saving throws and checks.
Great.
It's alright. I have a concussion. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I think the whatever else internal injury I have is way worse.
Add it to the pile. Mannix, you also have an internal injury.
Oh my god, I've got 3 of these now. You realize that? I forgot that I had one.
Playing on very difficult mode.
I've got.
What was the other
what do
one?
you
I
have?
thought you healed.
Oh, you're right. I didn't heal that one. Never mind. It was
Yeah.
the arm. I healed it. Okay. Internal injury. Is it broken ribs? What is
Yeah,
internal
basically
injury?
like a punctured lung or something.
Oh god, that seems like.
Guys, wheeze. Slow down, wheeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should probably go to the hospital, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Disadvantage on con saving throw checks. Okay. Well, again, I've already suffering from this. All right. Jesus Christ.
Does anyone know
Yeah.
that steel dragon? Anybody know if it can fly?
I didn't see wings, so as it was
So,
killing me.
you noticed it did something to get to you that involved some kind of mystical transportation because you saw it materialize in front of you.
Uh,
Oh shit!
When you guys appeared in here, you see for a second like this shimmering field around you. Not around you, around this entire floating structure that you couldn't see from the ground. But now that you're
Like
up here, you see what looks like this kind of dome shield.
We're in Wakanda.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wakanda forever.
Alright, I think we should go with George's idea and slam this island to the creature. With us on it.
Mm-hmm.
just comment this thing into the.
We don't know when that thing's gonna come up. It's already tasted our blood.
It's
That means they can
made
fight us
from our
anywhere.
blood.
That's right.
Does our group have a concussion protocol?
No.
What is that? Like, don't go to sleep.
Like holding up numbers.
Light.
Fingers.
Yeah,
Start with
but
light
miss the-
activity.
Miss the
Light
next play.
activity. And
Do we have a doctor here? You hear
and a
We're like-
physical therapist. And a neurologist. Look, we're all pros on concussions.
The neurologist would be super useful right now, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, she has a concussion.
you hear that elven woman call out, obviously much closer now, appears to be coming from somewhere down these stairs, and says, "Is that
In common or Elvish?
This is in Elvish still.
All right, I don't know what she's saying.
Yeah, just calls out and says, "Is that all of you? Did you make it?"
Class will just give a yes, but it's a very terse yes.
Can you speak common? I'm not understanding a word you're saying.
Can you speak up? I can't hear you. We've been roared at twice.
You hear the same voice immediately speaking in common now for the first time. She says,
Oh, jeez.
"Why don't you all come inside? I would like to have a chat very much to know who you are that such a beast would be hunting you."
Yeah.
Where's the door?
Nowhere else we can go.
You
Is
hear
there
it coming
stairs?
from
Oh, the stairs.
down, yeah, the stairs.
Oh, the stairs. Okay.
And it is there's wide enough that you're not too nervous, but you definitely don't want to look over the side because it is just a sheer drop from what look like several hundred feet down.
Can I poke the bear with my staff?
Poke the what?
The dome? So there's a
It,
dome over the iron?
it is, but it's certainly not within reach of you.
Oh.
It looks like it's well like in the like literally like one of those shimmering like domes kind of in the distance.
Oh, I was trying to see if there's a physical barrier and then jump at it. See, guys, it's fine.
It's like a ball pit. You just jump in and slide to the bottom.
Nothing.
I'm pouring one of Mannix's potions down Gillian's throat.
All right, I hand her. If she's trying to like take a potion off me, I'll hand her the regular healing potion.
Can we roll to see if I get the healing one, the regular or the big one?
Oh my god.
Quit digging around in my pants.
That's right.
For the last time.
Jesus, lady.
I don't have one, okay?
'Cause I could have just taken it while you were unconscious.
You could have.
But he keeps it somewhere special.
That's right. You'd never think to look there.
Found it. Damn it. It was in his sock.
Alright, I'll give her the regular one.
Healing is
Dude.
just unconscious. Maddox is like, hold on.
Well, I thought our druid would heal her at some point, but
No one
No.
asked me.
no one asked him. They just stole potions off me. It's 2d4 plus 2, Celeste.
Okay.
I'm not wasting a spell slot on her.
I could have used my own potion of healing, but I decided to use one of Mannix's instead.
Great. That's almost as good as the
Yeah, she
quick
rolled
one.
much better on that healing potion, too.
Wow, thank you very much. I feel much better. I'm so glad you guys sacrificed your potions for me. I'm sure you didn't quibble about it at all.
No, not at all.
I still have spell slots.
That's what really matters. Celeste, you can have a point of inspiration for switching Vorn off and seeing him essentially sacrifice himself for all of your escapes.
She now has
Um,
PTSD.
And
Again.
also for rescuing Theron and George, you can have a point of inspiration for
Yes.
rescuing some of the others as well.
Bringing that golem thing back was a contract of ours. We're gonna have to need to collect those scraps later.
You are allowed to punch him in the mouth if you want.
That'll put him on the ground again.
Yeah, it may do me in again.
It's very tempting, though. The DM didn't say it was okay. No, she'll just pull out her sharpening stone and her rapier and just go shink and just look at him in the eye the whole time without blinking.
She's scared again.
That's right.
Or insane or whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll allow Mannix to go in front of me.
Hey.
Yeah, I need to kind of move you all because this is one map is here and the other map is the actual inside of this place. So gather your party before venturing forth.
If it's dark in there, I'll be prepared to somehow cast light at level 2.
Super light.
There appears to be light coming out of there.
Ah, rats.
No rats though. I'm gonna just plink you all together. Everybody get in a circle.
For maximum death.
Maximum death. I don't know if I can fit all of you. There we go. Okay, y'all are down here now as you enter the room. The cave is musty and dimly lit by daylight filtering down through the hollow petrified tree trunk 20 feet above. A pool of dirty rainwater occupies the central 20 feet of the floor between natural pillars formed by the roots of the petrified tree. 3 tall bookcases stand against the wall to the right of the cave entrance. A desk and several wooden crates stand against the left-hand wall. Opposite the entrance are 2 wooden doors. Between them, a large, empty iron... What the fuck noise is that?
That's George drinking the water.
Between them, you're not there yet. A large, empty iron cage. The unmistakable smell of rotting flesh fills your nostrils, and you see several zombies acting decidedly unzombie-like. One of them is wearing an apron and appears to be dusting a bookshelf. Another is armed with a broom and sweeping out leaves and dust. Many are simply standing still, staring straight ahead. And You see the elven woman, who definitely appears to be dressed like a wizard, just kind of nods to you all. Says, "I'm not exactly used to entertaining visitors, but for such an intriguing group, I'll make an exception." She kind of gestures inside.
Theron's going to immediately ask why she has all the zombies in her service. Well, it seems like her service.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's service.
It's exceptionally hard to find good help this far from civilization. The dead are everywhere, however. Might as well put them to good use. Now, tell me, who are you that such a powerful creature would be attacking you?
And a party of adventurers who normally slay the undead upon sight.
Right. It's all our self-control to not murder these zombies right now.
Ah. Not one of those religious fanatics, are you? That's just not very practical. Now, I won't have any violence in here. I did just save you from certain death. So hopefully you can resist your base urges long enough to have a conversation.
Well, if it wasn't for your conversation, we probably wouldn't be this near death.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt your meeting with that creature down there?
I'd rather not talk to it again.
Then you can talk to me. Or
I'd rather not do that also.
Ever heard of the Stone Sisters? That name ring any bells to you?
no, I'm afraid not. What is that?
Apparently there's some sort of witches. And apparently they got the hots for us. Thus, that creature down there trying to tear our guts out.
Tell me, what do you know? What have you found? What do you have that they would send that after you? Because something like that is not something I see very often. It takes a lot of powerful magic to create. And the only reason it's not up here tearing all of us to shreds is because I maintain a protective spell around this area.
Can I roll an insight check on this lady?
Sure. Now,
She's talking.
you told me you had detect
I do
magic
have my.
up, but you were unconscious at one point, so you would have had to recast that at some point.
Sure. I can just cast it as a spell now.
You could, yeah. Are you gonna try to cast it?
Not yet.
Okay.
First, I'm gonna actually. I still got the ruby
Make it
lens
worth
down.
my while.
I still got the ruby lens down as I'm looking at her, so I'm gonna do an advantage insight check on this lady. 27.
Wow. So you are. This is the emotional one.
Yes.
Okay. Even from this close up with that good of an insight, you're getting some really bizarre readings off her that don't quite mesh with what you think you would be getting off of an elven woman. But you do see definitely intense curiosity and questioning emotions coming off of her. But it's very, very strange. It's like you've seen what emotional waves should look off of a elven woman, but it appears to be like muted or distorted in some way.
Okay.
I bet she's undead. Let's kill her.
Attack. I I've still got broken ribs. I can't do anything but hunch over right now.
Wheeze.
Don't worry, I'll use you as a shield.
Great.
The last half a round.
Well worth it.
Well, I don't see as how we have any choice but to trust you for the moment. What was your question to us again?
She wants to know why.
Why?
Yeah, why? What do these stone scissors have to do with you? Why was that creature hunting you? What have you found? What do you have? What do you know? That kind of thing. Like she's just continually
Yeah.
like probing you for answers, essentially.
My guess would be that whatever the source of the undead scourge happens to be is what these witches are serving, and us trying to put an end to this undead scourge is why they want us dead.
The death curse, then.
What do you know of it?
Well, that's the reason I'm here. My associates and I have tracked the source of the death curse to here in Schult. We have reason to believe it is a powerful necromantic device called a soulmonger, but one that we've never seen used before on a global scale. Truly remarkable. We would, we would like to, of course, prevent this global catastrophe from affecting anyone else. Have you any leads?
Hmm.
That sounds
Well-
awfully convenient.
I'm gonna. I can't speak to the rest of the group, but I'm gonna thieves' camp behind my back a little bit, like sign language to Celeste, and tell her that Max is pretty sure that this lady wants it, so we shouldn't talk too much about destroying it, or we shouldn't harp on that at least.
Okay.
Leads. Well, this Heart of Ubtao was a lead. There's some sort of undead general or some such that was hanging out in these parts.
Yeah, check your quest, because I believe that has some information about why this was a location of note.
Heart of Ubtao. It has something to do with the Soulmonger, right? This is the place that Annette wanted to go, but she's gone now. Given a vision by Severus of red-robed figures pouring of a big floating rock?
Oh,
What is
my
that
bad.
supposed to say?
Pouring out of a... Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll mention the red robe figures too. Something we understand there's something involved, something involving a group that wears red robes, and they might be involved.
For an imperceptible moment, you see her eyes narrow a bit, and then she goes back to her calm demeanor. She says, yes, I work for the Thayan government on a research grant. They provide me everything I need, and in exchange I give them quick and easy access to Chult. which right now concerns the Death Curse, the Soulmonger.
What does that have to do? Are red robes your uniform? Is that what you're saying?
She is not
Or
currently
just
wearing
in a-
red robes that you can see.
Oh, okay. You're just introducing yourself. Okay. All right. What do you know about the Death Curse?
Well, it's, as I said, had to be a device called a Soulmonger, which can draw in the souls as they die instead of going to their proper places in the beyond, as well as destroying those who have been brought back from the dead. And all these souls appear to be drawn to Chult, and the Thayans, as you, I'm sure, are well known, are very well versed in magics. We're able to locate it. We believe it lies towards the south, and we should very much like to find out how such a thing has been used. Obviously, dangerously, of course, but well, let's just say we are the proper authorities we should turn such a thing over to. So perhaps if you are hunting this thing, then we can help one another.
Well, that sounds like a fine coincidence.
Indeed.
We are something
said
of...
you were drawn to the heart?
Yes, and we are something of adventurers for hire.
You can hear Azaka behind you, like, just kind of whisper, and she's kind of towards the back, just says, "This is undead in the heart of Ubtao is blasphemy." She just appears to be very, like, agitated about this. Yeah.
Say, hey, what do you want to do about it?
You can see she's, like, twitching uncomfortably.
I'll go low if you go high.
Azaka just whispers, "I don't trust her, but we cannot go down and fight that beast."
This is true.
George, but we know we're more prepared this time. Just rest up.
My broken ribs.
We're just like sticking out.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, God. It's not supposed to stick out like that.
Just pop it back in.
Use it for extra stabbing.
Well, as it turns out, ma'am, what was your name again? Something-
Valindra Shadowmantle.
Valindra Shadowmantle. Very dramatic name.
Yes. What
Turns
was
out we
yours,
don't-
please, sir?
Mannix. Calder Mannix. My associates.
A very human name.
Sure.
Theron
Very-
Death Awesome.
From the New Hampshire Death Awesome.
As it turns out, the contract we have
Do you know a Louise Death
is.
Awesome?
No way!
She's my cousin. The contract we have with the Jolton authorities is to stop the undead menace in their jungles. But what is to actually be done with the device causing the undead is not part of that contract.
Sounds like we have a understanding.
I think so.
Nobody certainly wants all the souls of the world drawn into who knows what. Best to put such a device in the right hands so we can study such a thing to prevent this sort of thing from happening again, you understand?
Sure. Not a fan of magic myself. Keeping it locked up is
As
my
you
idea of the right thing.
look like you've been scarred a few times, Mr. Mannix.
Certainly.
If we can help one another, I may have something that could help you. As a show of my good faith, after I've just rescued you all, of course. That was just a courtesy. She
Wouldn't be opposed to that.
She
We're
snaps her
all in kind of bad
fingers,
shape.
and one of the zombies grabs a jar from the shelf and shuffles over, and you see that it's a jar full of eyeballs.
Oh dear.
And she opens the jar and says, "Let's see now. You're about a 42 and a half, I think. Is that right? You do know your eye size, yes, Mr. Mannix?"
Oh god. Never bothered to measure myself.
Oh, of course. She reaches into this just pickled jar and pulls
Now-
out.
Does Manic still have his bad eye?
Probably
his-
not.
Like is his eyeball?
the eye that.
I don't know,
the
man. What
eyeball's
do you
gone?
think? Does you still have a rotten eye in there? Or?
I think probably you'd have to scoop out what was left of the eye right now. 'Cause we determined that what happened wasn't that he lost his eye. His eye got like smashed. It was a golem punch to like the side of the face.
Oh god.
Mm.
You didn't tape it to the back of your head.
She reaches this
I think
jar
you're
and
gonna wish you
produces,
had the eye in there.
and she produces an eye out of it. But then she whispers a few words to it, and it kind of glows faintly a little bit. And then she reaches out and nods to you and kind of offers this eye in her palm. It appears to be glowing faintly. She says, "Why
So
don't you
when
give
you-
that a try?"
If you reach out your hand too, like the tendons on the eye will turn to legs and start like crawling up your arm.
Oh god, no! I didn't
Tearing
agree
myself
to
into your eye
this.
socket.
Implants itself.
Oh no. I will take the eye.
Oh,
I will
you don't
say-
take the eye.
He
The
announces.
The eye takes you.
I will, yeah. I have to go to the bathroom though. I'm gonna step out in the ledge over here. That just goes right down to the ground, right? Sure. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, you don't see any bedrooms or bathrooms at all in here. It's just like a wizard study in this one
That
big
seems
room.
to be it.
Yeah, there are
Okay.
2 doors, but obviously this place is not very big.
All right, I would like to go out on the ledge after excusing myself with this eyeball. I like to.
He's a funny one, isn't he?
Look, I would like to cast Identify on this eyeball.
Okay.
I would like
It's
to
an
know if
ogre
there are
eye.
any spells cast on it. What is it? Any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you'll learn which spell created it.
Okay. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. Okay. You can see that there is a. It does appear to be magical. It has an enchantment on it. And it seems to
Fair
have.
and LoJack.
It seems to have. It seems to have a clairvoyance spell, both placed on it and that it can use as its own effect.
Fair and LoJack.
So by doing this, I'm kind of giving. So you mean like something I could use?
Yes, you feel like it's something
Okay.
you could use, but you also feel like it's definitely tied to.
It's tied. Yeah. We're giving her this lady surveillance on us if I take it. That Seems like a fair trade.
He really wants to use those glasses of his.
Yeah. He's been without an eye for so long. It does require attunement, but I will let you shove it into your head.
Is that how it takes it? Like, just shove it in.
Well, because it's magical, it seems to adhere itself to your body. And once you've gotten, you're forcibly attuned to it, essentially. But you feel that with this eye, you could... first of all, it functions like a normal eye. Immediately, you've got your depth perception back. Like, it functions just perfectly as if you were never blinded.
Okay.
Second of
What
all...
color?
You...
What color is the iris?
It's gotta be like some different color.
It probably is, yeah. Whatever Mannix wants it to be.
This could be useful later.
You feel, Mannix, that with an action, you could remove this eye. And with another action, you could switch sight between your regular eye and this remote eye. As if by the clairvoyant spell, using sight only.
So you could chunk it into something and we could see whatever you see.
It's like a sentry. I can just put it somewhere.
I feel like you would have about a 1 mile, you'd have to stay within 1 mile radius to be able to switch, but you feel like you could switch back and forth between.
Oh, wow.
But
okay.
Yeah, because of your identify, you definitely feel that it is also tied.
Whatever
to,
I see, she can probably see too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I think with my identify? Do I think that it's like just visual information?
Yes. There's no.
Okay.
The eye can only
No
see.
audio
can't-
portion?
Correct.
Okay.
You can't hear. Can't feel, taste. It's just sight.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. I can work with that.
Yep. So that does count as a magic item that requires attunement.
What's it called?
I called it the remotely seeing eye.
Sure.
Pickled jar eye. As Mannix shoves that back in his head and enjoys his new eye, why don't we take a break right now, and we'll be back in about 10 minutos. back from our break. If I shorten the window, that screws up our webcams. Yep, sure does. Never mind. Alright, so yeah, Mannix, you have shoved an eyeball, brand new eye into your head. So you can consider your blinded condition effectively cured.
Excellent.
And gained a sort of new magic item in the process.
Yeah.
Well, he's cured until he uses the ability. Then he's
That's
blinded.
true.
That's true. Yeah, then he would be effectively...
will
Well, he
suffer
wouldn't be
from the
blinded, he would
condition
just have
while-
that usual disadvantage with the one eye, yeah.
Yeah. I'm Odin. I give up my eye for knowledge.
Indeed.
All right, I will go back into the room where everybody's chatting. We're hanging out. Hey guys, look at my new eye. Ah, it's weird looking.
I guess, I thought that would work out for you.
Perfectly.
Wonderful.
I'll make no mention of the fact that I know what spell she has on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you certainly don't look like a magic user. So you're not suspect a thing.
I don't.
Maybe she knows you know.
Oh no.
She knows, you know, she knows, she knows.
That's right. It's mind game time. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry. Before I go back in the room, can I cast a detect magic spell
Sure.
on myself?
Yeah. You wouldn't have the 10 minutes unless you want to try to spend 10 minutes.
No, I'm gonna do it as a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually cast a spell.
Okay.
And then I'll go back in the room talking to everybody about how great my new eye is.
Okay. Within 30 feet of you, so you don't quite. You can obviously see there's some kind of shimmering field around it, but it doesn't seem to be within 30 feet of the of where you are. So you don't technically detect that magic.
Not when I get closer to her.
With her, you do. Yeah, sorry, I was talking about the barrier that's around the whole thing.
Oh, the barrier. Right. Oh, I assume that's magical.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't alert because you're not close enough.
Gotcha.
Mannix, when you get close to her. You definitely
Question
detect
is,
some kind of magic.
Does she detect you detecting magic?
That's what I was worried about initially. So I didn't want to cast a spell in the room, like just standing there, like in front of her, where she can see me. But I don't know if she has a way to detect that I'm detecting magic. Then we're all fucked anyway.
Yeah, she doesn't appear to be of the wiser at the moment.
Okay. I will. Thieves' Cant back to class. Also, that she's definitely not what she looks like. I don't know what she is, but she ain't an elven woman.
Uh,
But don't do anything. We're still just talking to her. See, he literally hears Celeste thinking about how to stab this woman.
Hey, don't forget that George has level 1 rogue. He can't understand thieves.
Oh yeah. Okay. Both of them.
Oh no.
George out loud. Illusion spell, you say?
Celeste will to signal back. Is she one of the red robed?
I can't see through it with detect magic, right?
What's a red rogue?
You just, let's see, sense the presence of magic. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Okay.
So you've learned the school of magic and that it's on her.
I'm just trying to determine if she's one of the red robed wizards. Because
I don't know.
I know the red robe. I know them.
Oh.
Yeah, Celeste, you do not recognize this person.
But I'm wondering if I recognize anything in her study that would lead me to believe she's part of the group that I know.
Just glancing around, nothing immediately jumps out at you. But the one thing that does jump out at you is the fact that red-robed wizards using the undead as like slave labor is totally their MO.
Mm.
Okay.
So it could be. Well, after you saved our lives and gave me this fantastic new magic eye, I believe we have somewhat of an accord in terms of future actions. For the time being, though, 2 questions. 1, do you have a place we can sleep? Because we're all kind of fucked up. And 2, what exactly are we going to do about the most pressing problem of the giant metal monster downstairs who wants to claw our guts out?
She nods and says, I think I have a solution to both of your problems, Mr. Mannix. I do need your assurance, and I just feel like you haven't been completely straightforward with me. If you've learned anything at all about where exactly the soulmonger may be located, perhaps where you need to go. It's kind of information sharing is what partners do, you understand.
Of course, of course. Um, that's right.
Yeah.
So basically, she wants. I don't know if we want to actually tell her about Omo.
Celeste would be hastily signing, give her nothing.
Yeah, yeah. We know, last we heard anyway, that it's to the south, which was news to us. But the Heart of Ubtao was the most pressing lead we had. Turns out to be a fruitful one, since we've met you. And now we're looking for more leads, I suppose.
Where
and
in the
my
south,
guess,
Mr. Mannix?
just generally south. Heart
So
of
what
Ubtao is the southernmost location we're aware of. Do you
What?
know something else?
Would I recognize any kind of like station level for this chick? Like I'm assuming like the Red Wizards would have station levels to like you don't fuck with this person because they're the upper echelon. These people are in the middle. These people are the probably going to be turned into zombie slaves.
She herself, you don't recognize anything about her. She's not wearing the robes, and as John said in the chat, Red Road Wizards are very recognizable from their shaved heads, and they have very distinctive tattoos, and obviously the red robes. She is employing undead, which definitely is Red Wizardy. But she herself does not look like a Red Wizard, and you don't see any kind of ranking or anything that would.
But you do know from me that there's some sort of. She's not what she looks like.
Yeah, as Mannix has detected some magic on her.
Yeah, and I mean a mask of many faces can make her look like whatever she wants.
She steps forward and says, yes, south. That's where we believe the souls are being drawn to. The soulmonger is located somewhere there, but if you are heading in that direction, it is choked full of the dead. The Thayans have sent several search parties south, and none of them have returned as of yet. Very dangerous
That's too
journey.
bad.
Tell me, Mr. Mannix, do you have any other means of travel?
Means of travel. Afraid we don't. We got these damn balloon packs that we were gonna use to float up to here this floating rock, but we didn't end up having to do that, thanks to you. Beyond that, the locomotion of our own 2 feet.
Well, you've survived this long, I suppose, but with that beast down there, I don't think you would survive very long. But
No.
I may be able to help you with that. You cannot rest here. There's no beds, and I simply would not allow it. But you can use the means that the Thayans, the wizards, arrive. I have a teleportation circle here, and we can simply send you where you need to go. Which hopefully you do have some sort of headquarters or something, I presume, with a teleportation circle, don't you?
Oh shit, we can go back to Port 9 Zara.
We could. Although we wanted to go, yeah, yes, we could.
Would you like to be put on the map?
Please. But I thought we needed to like find some place before we went back to get access to the boat.
Oh, moo.
Let the map load in the hexes. Yeah, so here's what the map looks like.
Yeah. So okay, but to do this quest about getting the access to the ship, Ordomay only needs, according to the quest anyway, the location of Oralunga and Nangalore. And I believe we have both of those locations. We know where what's it called, Nangalore is. We haven't been there. Do I think that would be enough? Based on my limited interactions with Captain Ordomay?
It might be. You haven't clarified that with her, but
maybe we need to go down there with her at some point on her ship, which we know how to get there at least. All right, yeah. So yeah, we can go back to Port Ninesar, I suppose.
We're gonna need a couple pieces of Vorn to take with us.
That's right. We're supposed to bring Vorn back.
Well, I can bring the controller back.
Yeah.
You
They'll know where Vorn is, and they'll have the control device.
yeah. Just tell him that he'll be running back this way. He couldn't fit on the teleportation circle.
Right.
but she's still looking at you, and she says, "You do have some sort of headquarters, I assume, that you can return to. Professional adventurers and all."
With a teleportation circle?
Naturally.
We happen to be, as I mentioned, we are under contract with the Cholton Authority, which includes access to their
Cholton
teleportation.
Authority.
As much as there can be an authority in this place.
Mm-hmm.
One of the what are they called? Trade princes?
Merchant princes.
Merchant princes. One of the merchant princes. Anyway. His teleportation circle would be the closest thing we have to a base of operations.
Oh. So you can go back to that city, I guess if you could call it, here in Chult.
Indeed.
Well, that would be one way of escaping the beast, I suppose. As far as I'm aware, it would resume tracking you, but it would certainly take it a while.
You have a better idea?
That sounds good to me. From there, Mr. Mannix, would you prefer to ship out of the port and continue your journey? Whatever means you have, ship or canoe or foot, or if you would like, you could come back here, but you would have to time it right with that beast. And you mustn't, of course, let anyone else through. I will not allow that.
I can understand that. You know, we adventurers
it's a big
like
favor
to...
of mine to open up my portal for your uses.
Well, We're in your contract now, ma'am. It's
Indeed.
not so much favor as you supplying resources to get a job done.
See, I've chosen the right ones for the job then. The last couple adventurers didn't exactly play ball, as you can imagine.
You've dealt with other adventurers?
She kind of waves her hands at the zombies around.
Oh dear. Suddenly you realize like the zombies are all people we've known. Like, oh god. Initial plan will probably be, if we can, charter a ship out of Port Nine Zaru to bring us back south. We can get to the south end of the peninsula by ship faster than we can on foot, certainly.
She's nodding eagerly at this.
And then we'll resume our search in your behalf.
That could work quite well. I don't think it would be capable of following you over sea very well.
Right. Didn't think of that, but sure.
She nods and says, "Well, it certainly looks like you all could use a nice rest. So,
My
I can
ribs.
open my portal back. You will not be coming back through then, as I am understood."
Oh, not immediately. If we have need in the future to come back through your portal, how would we gain access then?
She gives you like the Wi-Fi code. She
From
tells-
another teleportation circle?
Yeah. She gives you like runes to etch in there. This is password protected. The password
Okay.
is 1234.
1, 2, 3, 4 password.
Says that's Shield Guardian you had down there. Quite a magnificent specimen. Was it talking? Is that what I heard?
Well, yes, it was. Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, we're going to be returning to Port Nine Zaru a bit empty-handed in terms of our contract with those authorities. And he, as an attempt to sort of maybe get her help here and sort of not manipulate her a little bit, say, might even affect our chances of getting that boat if we don't come back with the golem in hand.
Mannix. Roll me a deception check, I guess, or persuasion, whatever you feel like is.
They're both +4s.
I figured yours would be pretty similar.
Yep.
She nods and says, "Oh, that was your deal, yes? Getting this."
Indeed, the Merchant Prince apparently has something of a thing for talking golems.
I've certainly never seen one that spoke before. I should like to study it, but I suppose if it gets you on your way, then I suppose I could help with that. And she just kind of shoos you all to the side a little bit as she walks out in the cliff area and waves her hands a few times, and you can kind of peer over the edge and see that she is levitating the deactivated statue of Vorn, who is just really like, he's missing an arm, is just like half his like shoulders shorn off, is just completely destroyed.
Poor Warren.
Yeah, poor Vorn. But she's just like raising it up in the air like freaking Star Wars Force style, just. And she manages to bring it up onto the cliff edge, just this giant statue. It is broken apart. It's like, my. Certainly it took a beating, though.
I did. It's got a quite bit of an attachment to our friend over here. He mentioned to Calais.
very...
Well, I suppose we have everything we need now to get to work for you.
I endeavor to your fruitful searches. I certainly hope that you will find what you're looking for, and please find what we're all looking for. There's a good chance you may run into some of my associates down in the southern side, and if you are this congenial, perhaps they can work with you as well. We're all in this together, you understand.
Of course. Whoever gets this device out of the wrong hands and into the right ones, right?
Exactly. Azaka's like still twitching back here. She's like, this is...
Just cool.
Yeah, she's like making
we're
like
almost out of
tiger
here.
growls. Yeah. It's like, all right then. You can all go use the door now. She comes back over here and over to this door and opens it up, and inside you see a teleportation circle.
Oh. I can't see him there. There's no light. But I'll take your word for it.
It is dark. Yep, and she just kind of nods at you all and clasps her hands and watches you all intently.
All right, everybody, let's go. Let's get out of here. He's probably thieves canning to Celeste and George also. Just be cool and let's leave. We'll deal with this later.
Yeah, Hazaka pretty much growls at her as she walks by.
So does Celeste.
I have a very
There's
growly
no-
body.
There's no reading of this elven lady that we know is not an elven lady, like reacting to Celeste at all, right? Like recognition or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right.
Alright, you all stepping through the portal?
Show. Let's go.
You step through. She's already got it set up. And, well, actually, you have the I think the means of how to like basically program it to go to Port 9 Zaru, based on your meeting with Wakanga. So you're able to plug those coordinates in, so to speak, with the runes and activate the portal. And you step inside, and you end up exactly at Wakanga's villa. And as you step through, you see, and I guess, is somebody bringing Vorn along? How do you want to try to carry him?
Oh, yeah.
Or are you going to reactivate him? Or how do you want to...
Oh, yeah, I guess you could reactivate him, I suppose.
I don't even know if he actually could be reactivated.
You
fucked up
try
he
it.
was.
See how fucked up he is.
Yeah.
All right. I'll reactivate it.
Alright. You reattune to him, and you like feel his pain too, but he doesn't
Oh, no.
say anything about, and he's just like, oh, goodness, you're all right. I feel so high up here. We're all okay then? He kind of looks around and checks, make sure he sees like all of you. You're all alive.
All alive. You did good.
He just kind of nods solemnly. He's just like, he's still like, his jaw's like hanging on by like a loose thing. The one arm. Poor shoulder plates are picked apart. Just deep scratch marks all over his body. That was quite the danger, but we made out of that one, right?
Yep, sort of. That thing's still out there, but you got us away from it for the time being, anyway.
Have you guys gone through the portal now, or you're still going through the portal when you activated him? You activate him before you go through the portal, I assume, so we can walk under his own power.
Right.
All right, Valindra just stares at him like, this is fascinating.
If you get the chance, go visit Prince Wakanga. Maybe he'll let you study him.
Yes, I may have to do that. Never heard of such a shield guardian thinking and feeling on its own. It seems dangerous.
All right, let's get out of here quickly. So you changed your
Yeah.
mind.
You all step through the portal, and you are immediately greeted by the inside of Wakanga's villa. And you see in front of you it is a lavish giant bed, and Wakanga suddenly springs upright as like several men and women in various states of undress are kind of entangled amongst each other. And he sits up and says, "Oh, you're back!"
Didn't realize this was going straight to your bedroom. That seems like poor placement.
Hi. So glad to see you, friends. He like quickly like shushes all his like people back away, and he like throws a robe on.
His orgy.
Yes, orgy. When you're as rich as me, you have orgies in whatever room you want, my friend.
I guess. Take your word for it.
This is Vorn. It's so broken.
Let's not mention the fact that we broke it through combat. Instead, we'll say this is how we found it in the jungle. It's very old, ancient magic.
Yes, I see that. Fascinating. You've done an excellent job. And you found a portal somewhere out there in the jungle. Clearly.
Yep, somewhere out there in the jungle.
Tell me, was it an ancient ruin? Or
Exactly.
A temple?
Ancient ruin.
I've got sole access to a portal somewhere in Chult. This will make me the most important merchant prince in the city. I could start
hold on.
tourist trips. They will pay deep coin to be able to instantly teleport to Chult, one of the most impenetrable places on Faerun.
But you can't use it. Sorry. It collapsed behind us.
His face falls. Oh no.
The
Truly.
whole place. It was under a mountain and it collapsed.
Roll a deception
Sorry.
roll. With advantage, because I like that.
There you go.
Thank goodness that advantage. He blanches. He's like, oh. He looks absolutely heartbroken. That is awful. He doesn't seem to ask if you're all okay or anything into that nature.
Right.
He's just like, oh no. That is very disappointing. But at least you brought half a shield guardian.
Indeed.
I should be able to sell that.
You're going to sell it.
Well, for the right price. He kind of, Kalesi hands, he holds out his hand to you. It is a control amulet, yes?
This is what we got him for, but...
Yes. I'm afraid it might have been left in the jungle, though.
I did lose Theron and Gillian. I think Gillian's been gone the whole time, and Theron's a spinning circle for me. There he is.
Oh, well, I just unmuted my microphone.
Okay, you're right. That does turn your webcam off for some reason.
Every once in a while, it's like, oh yeah, your webcam's off too.
Weird.
Okay. I've been here.
I'll hand over the controller.
He's not much good anymore anyway. This is Maddox trying to be like consoling and just failing miserably.
Yeah. Doesn't have a very good bedside manner. So are you going to de-attune to it?
No.
Basically, to part with it, you...
Oh, well then, yes.
Do you want to say anything to Vorn before you deactivate him?
Bye, Vorn.
You
No.
did good work, sir.
No.
Celeste is cold-hearted.
All right. You deactivate him, and he just goes. And the Wakanga gleefully takes it and kind of does a little dance. He's like, "Oh, this is marvelous. I may have to keep him for myself, just to show off to friends."
Can I break the control amulet before I hand it to him?
You can.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Wait,
Do you want to break it like?
Yeah,
In
that was
half.
my question. Like, I was thinking like do it like in an invisible way, so it just doesn't work for him.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I was going to ask. Do you want to do it like noticeably or not noticeably?
I don't think I'm talented enough to do it unnoticeably.
It would be probably a sleight of hand if you want to try to like
Yeah, I'll try to permanently disable the control thing.
like sabotage it slightly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said, "Enjoy being a sex bot more." That's exactly his fate.
Celeste, you
Very
think
good.
you're able to do short circuit some piece of it, but he kind of catches. He doesn't quite see what you're doing, but he's like, "What are you doing?"
It's the ritual to transfer ownership.
Ritual.
There was some sort of riddle in the jungle when we picked up the amulet about, you got to prove yourself as a good-hearted person to control the Vorn, something like that. But as far as we can tell, yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, as far as we can tell, Celeste in our party was the only one that could really control him. But I certainly hope you can get it working for you.
Celeste will raise a single eyebrow at Mannix for that.
Just trying to cover our tracks here. I don't want to.
And what happens if you're not a, let's say, good-hearted person?
You want to ask how he lost an eye?
No, he got his eye now.
I take the eye out. Want to know what happened to my eye?
He backs up. Oh my. Well.
But from what we read in the jungle, I understand that if you improve yourself, become a better person, maybe one day you will be able to control the Vorn.
He thinks thoughtfully for a second. He's like, I have enough money.
All right, well.
Well, my friends, you can certainly stay here. It is, the city is not so good right now. I don't know what you have found, but this death curse is at our door. People die in their beds, wake up as the dead. It has been most distressing. They have closed the gates to the city. The slums are a war zone. These people rarely walk the streets.
Oh dear.
Many of us princes are not speaking to each other. We are fortifying our villas. It is not a very good place in the city. But you are safe here. You are part of Wakanga's crew.
Excellent. Do you know if Captain Ordame is still in town?
He mentions that the not very many ships have come in and out of Port Nyanzaru because of the increased pirate activity and the just fact that the death curse is now everybody's kind of saying that Cholt is just like this big cursed place because of the death curse. Right. So it hasn't been a lot of people coming in as normal. So, but he mentions that what was that guy's name? The dragon. I forgot his name. The guy who's in charge of the harbor master has kind of like tried to close essentially everything and close the city off and basically put everything under quarantine. Zindar, I think was his name.
I don't remember. I remember he was a dragon man.
I should remember that. But that has been a number of sessions ago. Zindar, yep.
Yeah, it was like session 2 or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you guys are back in Port Nyanzaru for the first time in like 25 sessions. And it has probably been about 5 or 6 weeks of in-game time since you left.
Right.
If my calculations are correct.
All right, so he's gonna let us just long rest here.
Yep. So you can all enjoy a long rest here,
will.
which I can.
And as we are long resting, I want to gather everybody up before we do. Oh, thank you.
Yep. I can.
And I'll take the eye out and put it like I'm setting it as like a sentry outside my bedroom door. And once we can talk freely, I'll say, like, I assume you guys all picked up on the fact that was all bullshit and that lady's probably evil, that we're probably going to have to kill her at some point. Right? If you didn't, we're probably going to have to kill that lady at some point.
Oh yeah,
She's almost certainly...
Yes.
Good. Just so we're on the same page. And we have no real intention of giving her the whatever death artifact is. Soulmonger.
Well, we said we'd give it to her. We just didn't say in what state we'd give it to her.
There we go. We can just break it into... render it inusable and then give it to her. And then we'll probably have to kill her.
For your guides, Salida just wants to go home. She's just like fucking done with all this. She's just now that she's back in the city, she just wants to go home. Azaka mentions that she was a little worried of you all getting on a ship and going because she still has her pressing quest to do. And she finally tells you, like, I'm just gonna go do it on my own. If you all want to continue on, and you know she understands the death curse is a big deal, but she wants to go get her heirloom back because it's a problem for her personally. So
Where was that at?
Firefinger. I
I
think.
feel like we can sail down there if we can get Captain Ordame on board. I mean, it's just down the river, right?
Yep.
So anyway, we could probably do it still. Keep Azaka on our side. Azaka seems useful. But she wants to do it. She wants to do it now. Like she's like kind of giving.
Like now that you're back in the
ultimatum.
city, yeah, and she knows, yeah, because she knows where the location of Firefinger is, and she's like, look, if you guys are gonna leave, then I'm just gonna go do this on my own. But yeah, so she's just kind of telling you if you want to keep her services.
What do you guys think? We're gonna go help her with Firefinger.
We did make a promise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we gotta pay her.
Otherwise, we gotta pay her technically, based on the contract we with her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's say we put it off for long enough. You went with us through all sorts of hells. Few of them worse for you than for us. So sure, we'll go with you, Firefinger. Take care of your. Although, once we're done with Firefinger, you're still going to be our guide? Or are you done with us then?
She kind of looks at you and says, well, do you still need my services? I'm not good. Not good on the water. If you are going to travel by boat, it's not my thing.
No. Just you. Okay.
I respect what you all are doing. I really do. What you are doing for Cholt, what you have done for me. But it has been a lot.
Well, maybe we'll come back and get you on the teleportation circle at some point. Yeah, we'll go to Firefinger. That's
I want a chance to go shopping first. I need a shopping montage.
Why don't we do the shopping montage? We'll start that with next week's session. I just wanted to know where you all are headed next, basically.
Also, find out how much. In the meantime, DM, find out how much greater restoration costs, because we're all gonna want to probably just pay to have our wounds mended.
It should be in our house rules, I think.
I think it is, but I don't remember how much the thing said.
Yeah.
Want to get rid of this internal injury, and I'm sure the concussion people want to get rid of their
The
concussion.
concussion people. Yeah, you guys
Concussion team.
certainly suffered from more. But now you're back in the city. You can finally do some shopping and
Yeah.
healing and things. You got a new eye. Yay. All right, that's all the time we have for this week's session of Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Rochelle, Raymond, and Reese for playing. Thank you to our wonderful fans for watching. You go to roguewatson.com for recaps, patreon.com/roguewatson if you'd like to support the channel. Live streaming our D&D adventures every week. See you all next time. Magic Eye.
The best kind of eye.
May or may not be low-jacked.
That's right.
Always read the fine print when you install your Magic Eyes, people.
Mannix did.
The
He installed it
TOS.
anyway.
Yeah, he did. The terms of service, he hit accept real fast.
That's right. Yeah, clairvoyance, track location. Yes. Okay.
Get this.